Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Mountain and Fish, I got Iggy and Woods doing right for the culture. If you just here for the views and the likes and just put down the mic, you a vulture. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch did it. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch did it.
This your boy Iggy.
It's your boy Woods.
You are with us live on location at the Top Gun tournament.
Legendary Top.
The legendary Top Gun. We want to shout out Madman. We want to shout out Wilton. Shout out all the guys, Donnie, Williams, all those guys who've been associated with Top Gun tournament. One of my favorite tournaments ever.
Most definitely.
And I want to ask you, what was one of your favorite moments from Top Gun tournament that you played in? Because we both played in it as kids.
One of my favorite moments and most memorable moments was Top Gun being at Centennial College.
Yes.
Got a chance to play against, I think it was Vidal's team, who had the legendary Jermaine Anderson, also known as Rock.
J-Rock.
You know what I mean? Had him on the squad, running the one. Had Marvell, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Solid hooper, legendary as well.
Right.
And, you know, our Finch Finest team, which had
Sharon. You guys are stacked.
We had Sharon Edwards. We had Jeffrey Ferguson. We had O'Neal. Is it O'Neal Henry?
Oh, I know Henry.
O'Neal.
Yeah, I know him.
Ely, we used to call him.
Ely,
you know what I mean?
Fly Boy.
Yes, I had some players to work with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we ended up beating them. And I'll never forget Vidal told me at the end of that game. And Vidal never used to talk to me like that. You know what I mean? But he brought me aside and he was like, Blackwood, I love the way you controlled that game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm playing against Team Canada. You know what I mean? Jermaine Anderson. So that definitely went a long way, man. I'll never forget that. And yeah, man, we here, man. Top Gun, baby. Salute to you.
It. I want to say one of my favorite moments was also playing at Centennial College. We brought down our Malton team, and we finally beat Top Gun. I mean, we've been trying for many years to beat this team, and we never beat them.
Right.
And this was the first time we beat them. And a moment in the game I will never forget when Dwayne Cross, he went baseline with the ball, and I'm talking this guy did the scoop.
Come on, man.
Came under. Boom! Dunked the ball and won.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he dunked on, but it was
you sure
one
you
of
can't remember?
It wasn't me. So it wasn't me. That's all you need to know. It wasn't me. But phenomenal tournament. That was one of my favorite moments from that tournament. I'll never forget it. Yeah, man. Happy to be here, man.
Happy to be here, man. I just want to send a quick shout out to Six Park, man. You guys are doing your thing in the West up on Rutherford.
Amazing facility.
You know what I mean? Rutherford and Jane off of Rutherford and 400. You know what I mean? And now we're in the East. So watching y'all expansion is beautiful to watch. Y'all keep grinding. You already know what it is, man. Salute.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're live here on location, live on location at the Six Park 25th annual Top Gun tournament. Yo, I got like my little sister right here. You know what I mean? I watched her grow from a little tyke to where she's all taller than me right now, fams. She's been doing it heavy on the basketball scene on the girl side from day one. Janae.
How you doing?
She's in the building. Representing Top Gun.
I am for years now.
For years. So yo, my question to you, girl, is your top. I came up with my best moment of the Top Gun tournament. You know, Top Gun, they obviously have their girls division, their ladies division, their women's division.
And I won a championship.
I know that.
I sure did.
So what was your most memorable moment?
Okay, so you know what it's like when you grow up with some girls from different parts of Toronto?
Yeah.
Like you have the Whitby, the Scarborough, the Finch, the West.
All that.
So it's like putting a team together of like the top elite girls.
The top elite girls,
and
exactly.
Just going at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I love about just basketball, period.
Straight
You're
up.
friends, but on the court.
On the court, it's a beef thing.
There you go.
It's all love, but we competing. The beautiful thing about my question to you is the game. The female basketball game has evolved so much from when you were young to your days at Eastern, from after Eastern to the pros. Like, talk about it. Like, how do you feel of like being one of the trailblazers? Shout out Auntie Del. Auntie Del being she's a trailblazer as well, one of the foundation. But
shout out Mom Dude.
Come on, you already know how that goes. But in regards to yourself and your journey and the foundation you set for the upcoming girls coming up, like, you must love the evolution of the game so far.
Oh, can I tell you something? I didn't used to watch WNBA. Like, as much as I dreamed about playing there and all
Right.
that, I never watched it until this actual
Wow.
season.
So what do you think?
It's amazing. It really is. It's amazing to see, like, the support
Yes.
that we're getting. Not
Yes.
just us playing, because that's us. It's
That's-
our blood.
right.
But it's the support of, like, you see the crowd? They're
on now.
sold out.
I mean, I think it's the Las Vegas Aces.
Thank you.
They've been selling out
Thank
since
you.
day one.
Them-
this season.
I love Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she's a
Reese,
beast.
she's good too.
Yeah.
There's a couple other players. You got to shout out the Canadians as well. But
Yes.
it's just like, it's just good to see. And I like to see just everything.
Right.
It's great to see.
So we had Denham. We had some family on. We had some family on here. I always like to say the Brown family. Just you, Denham, Stan. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
There's a bunch of y'all that gave everything to this game.
We did.
So now that you're on the other side,
Married,
coaching,
children.
married,
Yep,
children.
yep.
What's next in regards to just boosting and motivating the young people?
So what I want to do for the summer is 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds to maybe 15 with the Top Gun, but to get in 2 gyms and just work on
Yeah.
our weaknesses, not our strengths, our
Right.
weaknesses,
Right.
stuff that we need.
So if you don't got a left, we're gonna work on the
There
left.
you go.
If you ain't
There
got a jumper, we're
There
gonna
you
work
go.
on that jumper.
I don't want I don't want the strengths. We
Right.
don't throw that out the door. Just work on weaknesses because that's
Bottom line.
important.
It is,
It's
it is.
important. You see people locking off your left hand.
What are you gonna do?
Thank you.
Bottom line, you know what I mean? Because now coaches are getting a little bit more smarter. They're
There you
watching
go.
film
Yep,
because
yep,
everything's
yep.
on social media.
Yep,
So
yep.
they're taking away your strength. So you got to work on your weaknesses.
That's right.
Yo, Janae, this is my first time seeing you in so much years. You still look the same.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean? We age gracefully.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Always.
We're at this is family. This is family. TG's all about family. I get a chance to see the little sis in the flesh after so many years. Continue to be great. Continue to inspire the young people. Love you, girl.
Thank you.
Come on, baby. And we out. All right? What up, what up, what up? We're live here at the 25th annual Top Gun Tournament. I got my brother, the legendary Denham Brown, Mr. 111, Mr. Yukon, Mr. Champion, Mr. Every level that he's played at won a chip. So he understands the formula of winning basketball. You know what I mean? Doing this thing with Locked In Sports. Remember the name, Locked In Sports. They're coming. They are coming. My man, Denham Brown, welcome, man.
Thanks for having me, brother. Thanks for having me.
So question, what was your most memorable moment at the Top Gun tournament? Being from Finch, always playing for Finch, I always said I never got a chance to beat Top Gun because they always had a Jamal McGlure.
No, facts.
Or they
That-
always had a Colin Charles. Or they always had some type of cheat code. And we were young at them times. But what was your memorable moment from this Top Gun tournament?
Remember, we played in a few. So
Yeah.
I would say my most memorable moment was playing in Jana Finch against Top Gun
Yes.
in the Top Gun tournament.
Yes.
Like, these guys are so stout. They came into the place
Love
and
it.
ran their Top Gun tournament. But, they had a lot of great players in that
Yes.
Top Gun tournament that, we all still look up to this day.
To this day, man. Salute to the Jamal McGlures, the Dwayne Crosses of the world, the Colin Charles, just to name a few. You know what I mean? A couple weeks ago, the Hip Hop Hoops family came out with a top 5 from Jaden Finch. You know what I mean? And I've been getting a lot of slack from the people that I selected. I selected you. I selected Fran Man. I selected Squinge. I selected Junior Cadogan, and I selected who else? Who was my fifth? Who was my fifth? It was Fran Man. It was Cadogan. Tyrone Smith. T-Bone.
T-Bone.
Yeah, those are my 5. All right? So
You sound kind of biased. But,
a little. You know what I mean? I would have been extra biased if I selected myself.
Yeah.
But I had to pay my respects. My question to you, my brother, let the whole Hip Hop Hoops family know, and the whole Top Gun, everybody that's watching, who's your top 5 coming out of Finch?
Well, I can't be biased, right?
No, you
because
can't.
I played with both sides of Jane and Finch
Yes.
guys. You know what I'm saying? And like back in the day, we played with each other. We played with guys within our neighborhood.
Yes.
We didn't go out and play against everybody.
Nah.
Play with everybody else.
and
from
actually,
different
the
areas.
North Side guys, them Driftwood Running Rebels, they were a problem.
No, definitely.
They were a
definitely
problem.
Facts,
You know what I mean?
facts. I would say my top 5. and I want to disinclude myself, so I'll go a little deeper. You know, I play with guys like Steve Morrison.
Yes.
I would say he's one of the top guards,
Definitely.
even in Toronto, you know, outside
Hands
of
down.
Jalen Finch.
I still got newspaper clippings of Squinch.
No, facts. You know, Steve was 6'2" guard, dunking as he was in grade 8, shooting from half court.
And he had that ratchet on him.
And you know, for a dynasty like Bathurst, to have someone from Jane and Finch play at that school,
Yes.
start and do so well for
Yes.
themselves, you know, that definitely has to coincide in the
Definitely.
top 5. You know
All
what
right.
I'm saying?
I agree.
I would say T-Bone. You know,
Yes.
we don't know a lot about him. We heard stories about
Yes.
T-Bone and his accolades growing up as a high
Yes.
school player.
Runnymede legend.
You know, and these are not top 5 in order. I'm just throwing
off
a
the top.
5 out there. You know, I got love for Cadogan. You know,
Oh, come on now.
You know, going to University of Marquette, coming from as far as he's came from,
Yes.
and continually to do what he's doing
Yes.
in the community and continually to been in his name and
Yes.
his brand, that definitely runs a top 5
Yes,
product
that's
right
3
there.
right there.
Kevin Francis.
Kevin Francis.
Kevin Francis,
I was getting a lot of
AKA
heat for selecting him.
Like,
but
you know,
come
and
on, talk to them.
A lot of guys don't know about Fran Man, and you know, just a little bit of story about Fran Man. You know, he was one of the solid guys on Five Guys.
Yes.
And if you guys don't know what Five Guys is,
Come
that's
on, man.
literally 5 guys playing against teams in
A
big time
full
tournaments.
game.
Just 5
Full
guys.
game.
We only had 5 guys.
Coach
playing on
Nathaniel,
our
you know what
squad.
it is, man. Superman
facts.
Johnson, you already know what it is.
You know, Fran Man was a very underrated player, but he was more like my Scottie Pippen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're not winning no championships.
I couldn't
Jordan
lose.
ain't
Finch
winning
Finest, I couldn't
championships
lose. I
without-
couldn't
without
lose with
having
these guys.
Fran Man. you
Fran
know?
Man on one side, Denham on the other.
facts.
Sharon Edwards. Oh my God, come on. Shout out.
You know,
I just have to say,
the last 5 is so difficult. You know, I got love for a lot of Finch guys. I grew up in Jane and Finch area. I play with North and South side.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and that's the part that bonds Finch together is the love of the game. You know, and there's so many top 5 guys in Jane and Finch. It's based on who you ask. You know what I'm saying?
bottom line.
You know, and I would say I got 3 more guys that I can name off the bat.
Facts.
That are really in the top 5. But you know, they're in that team. They're on that squad. Jeffrey Ferguson, he's done a
Yes.
lot for the community.
Definitely.
He was a big factor in Jane and Finch upgrowing and getting kids. As a grown man, he played on the wing.
Bottom
6'9",
line,
he
6'9"
played
on the wing back
You know,
then.
he was like a unicorn out there.
Bottom
you know
line.
What I'm saying?
Bottom line.
Liberty Clark.
Liberty Clark.
Liberty
lefty.
Clark did a lot for the game as well.
Yep. Rob, what did he get? He got a scholarship to Robert Morris.
To Robert Morris.
Yes,
He definitely went to Robert Morris.
Yes.
And my I would say my honorary Jane and Fincher, Shane Morrison, Big Shane.
A lot of people think he's from Finch, but
you
he's
know-
representing Jungle all day, every day.
and-
But you already know.
It's like people think I'm from Scarborough,
Right.
but it's kind of the same thing.
Iggy likes to say you're from Falstaff,
So,
but anyhow, you know what I mean?
I'm
We'll
saying?
leave
So
that
we
for
have
another day.
We have an honorary Fincher and Big Shane as
Yes.
a top 5
Yes.
candidate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, we're live here at the 25th annual Top Gun tournament. We got the legendary Mr. 111, 111 points in 32 minutes. Try and doing that by yourself. You, a basket, and a gym. And I bet you, 32 minutes run time, you won't get it. Mr. 111, he won at every level of basketball that he played at. Don't get it twisted, man. One of Jane and Finch's finest, Mr. Denham Brown. And we out.
We are back live on location at the Top Gun tournament, 25th annual. We got with us right now Mr. Donovan Smith, Ducky, one of the co-founders. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it, sir.
you. My question for you is, what keeps you motivated? This is 25 years in. What keeps you motivated to keep going every year?
And it's true, the young people. We love the game so much. Just to see the young people come out
Right.
and play basketball, and just the way they support the community.
Got you.
That's all about the young people, man.
Right,
we
right.
love them a lot. So we have no other choice than support the young people that come out and support us.
Got you, got you.
We appreciate Danny Williams who
Yes.
handed this down to us.
Yes.
Right? And is it right where we're going?
We hope he gets on camera with us. Will he be here today or?
Danny Williams won't be here today because certain things, but he will be here probably tomorrow.
Okay.
He's going to be showing up, but it's amazing because all the young people who's here, they're all going to talk about Danny Williams.
Always.
Not today.
I've heard so much stories. Yes.
It's all going to continue all the time.
So 25 years in, can you remember year 1 and where it was?
Yes, we can. It was at Shepherd and Wilson, the community center. Right there, and there was like 8 teams in the tournament.
8 teams.
We were broke.
So now you went from 8 teams all the way to 110 teams.
110 teams.
When you sat back and you started this thing, did you ever envision it would be like this? You got guys coming from Mississauga and Brampton to come out way deep east to participate in the Top Gun tournament. Did you see this when you started this?
That was our goal.
Right.
And that was the plan. That's why we stick to it so long.
Yes.
The one was here and the one that's gone. Like the great one, Grizzle, Big Sean Green. Like these are
rest
the great
in peace,
one.
Sean Green. Yes.
Rest in peace. Like these are the guys that are the founder with us all the way, and we appreciate these guys every day. So every time the tournament comes up, these are the guys we remember.
Right.
And we continue
Absolutely.
and the strength that behind them
Yes.
that carry these tournaments with us.
Next question. TG. This thing right here. What does that mean to you?
It's a special name. It's Top Gun. But we changed it because we were looking sponsor. We were on the road trip many years ago.
Right.
A couple of guys say TG for life. And we all guess, what is this guy talking about? So let's change the name from Top Gun.
Right.
But in our art,
Yes.
still Top
We
Gun.
know what it is. We know what it is.
We know what it is.
Yes.
So we have to make a little change.
Yes.
And the change is beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. So I want to know one of your favorite moments. Like, what year was one of your favorite moments that you could remember doing this Top Gun tournament? This is a lot, because we're talking about 25 years, and I know you got a lot of amazing memories. What was one of your favorite memories that you can think of right now?
My favorite memories, Seneca College. Top Gun versus the Jamaican national team. Biggie,
Let's go.
that's the best game that ever played.
Right.
And it's a memory. If you were there, every man remember that game.
Do you remember who was on that team, on that Top Gun team?
Kirk Salesman, Richie Light, Donnie Williams, Dwayne Cross, Wilton Hall, Colin Charles.
Come on.
It was way back ball players.
Yes.
Sean Gray. Like, these are the
How can you beat that team? You can't beat that
Can't
team.
beat that.
You can't beat that.
We slapped those Jamaican boys up.
Yo.
But when you got veteran like Demon Brown passing through,
Right.
you're gonna say, yo, we're reaching somewhere. Because this man been playing our tournament, Jamal McGlure, all these young guys been playing our tournament for years. And now you could see young people is coming back to the tournament, and we see where we hosting this tournament in Oshawa. Driving people crazy.
That's insane.
It is.
Yes,
insane.
sir.
We're coming
Listen,
up far
man.
away, man. Like, it's amazing.
It is amazing. I'm so proud of what you guys done and what you guys created. I was a participant in this tournament many years. Seeing it grow the way it has, all the way out here, is incredible. And I want to give you your flowers, sir.
I appreciate
Listen,
it, sir.
man.
And I
Donovan
appreciate you
Smith,
guys. I hope you
Ducky.
guys get stronger every day.
Yes,
I
we appreciate you.
that. Thank you, sir.
Let's get it. We are back live on location at the Top Gun tournament, the 25th annual tournament. We got Dwayne Cross with us right now. How are you, sir? Appreciate
sir.
you.
How are you?
Appreciate
How are you?
Appreciate you. So,
sir.
listen, I remember when we were talking about favorite moments in the Top Gun tournament, one of my favorite moments was we were at Centennial College.
Right.
And we were on a team, and we finally beat Top Gun. You were on the team, and I remember you palming the ball coming baseline, and you did this, boom, and one. I can't remember who it was. People think I'm lying. I really don't remember who it was. That was one of my moments, one of my favorite moments from Top Gun tournament. Beating you guys, but then, damn, when you dunked on the dude and won, I was like, yo, this is crazy. You guys are loaded. You guys, I believe Skinny was on your team at that time.
Yeah,
and I want to say Biggs.
Durant.
And Gary Durant, yes.
Salesman.
Yes.
Lanky.
Salesman was a problem.
Yeah.
Was a problem. So my question to you is, what is one of your favorite moments, memorable moments of this tournament? This is 25 years
25
in.
years.
That's crazy. What was one of your favorite moments that you could think of right now?
Well, man, I think going back to my second or third Top Gun tournament, we had an American team. We had this one dude called Big Mike. He was from Texas.
Okay.
So he was about 6'7", 6'8". He and I
Right.
used to train together at the time.
Right.
But he was on another team. I think he was on Top Gun's team at the time, and I was running with the Knights. So I was like, we just entered Top Gun at the time.
Yes.
So I think I have this picture at home where they threw a lob to me, right? And the picture shows me at the top of the backboard catching the ball, but then you see this one hand, which is Big Mike, coming out of nowhere, and stealing, snatching that ball.
Right.
So when I came, Ducky will tell you this story all the time. I came down without the ball on the rim.
Yeah.
Fast break the other way. He went down, dunked it.
Wow.
But that's one of my moments that stood out. Great tournament.
Yes.
And we've been doing it I've been in at least 10 years.
So my next question is, what does TG mean to you? What is that?
I mean,
TG.
It's foundation, basketball foundation in the city, right? And it goes back so far, like 25 years.
That's crazy.
Tournament.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. And to still see them doing it, it's amazing to me, right?
Especially at a high level. We're talking about year 1, 8
Yes.
teams. Now year 25, 110 teams.
Yes. Wow.
That's
that
insane.
Much? I didn't even know it was that
teams.
much.
Yes.
Wow.
110 teams. Okay. So we did a top 5 Scarborough of all time.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen. I'm sure
Saw
you've
it,
seen the list.
saw it.
What if you can come up with your own top 5 players from Scarborough all time? So before you go, I've had so much different conversation with different people. People think that we just do these lists by ourselves.
Right.
No, we go in and we do some real research and we talk to guys within the Scarborough communities, and that's how we get our list. And I was talking to Nico, OVO Nico, and when he asked me the question, who is the best player to ever come out of Scarborough? And I mentioned 2 guys. I said, it got to be either you or it got to be Chris Exelis. A lot of people don't know of Chris Exelis too much because he did a lot of it was work. Down south, at West Virginia. You know, he's Mr. Basketball, all those stuff, played in Nike Global Challenge, all those different things. He didn't do it here.
Right.
You were a guy who did it here.
Yeah.
And my first memory of you playing against you, not at the Scotland tournament, but we were playing at Scarborough Blues.
Right.
And you, it was like a small community, and you guys beat us by like 40. And all I remember, you had 10 dunks that damn game. It was crazy. And I think Fox was on your team, and I can't remember the other guys,
Fox,
but I remember Fox was on your
Big
team.
Phil.
There you go, Big Phil. Yes. So, top 5 players coming out of Scarborough. Who would you put on your list?
I went through the list, and I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for this. I'm gonna try to be politically correct about it.
And honestly, before you go, I made a huge mistake, and I forgot one guy that I know I should have put in. Personally, me, Damian Reed, he went to Bethune-Cookman.
Yep.
I should have put him in there. Sorry, go ahead.
Damian was good. Man, I'm Scarborough bred, Scarborough grown,
Yes.
so I'm more into those guys that did it here mostly. Like you said, Chris Exelis, he's South. So
I respect
you go Virginia. I think he was Mr. Basketball.
He was Mr. Basketball in West Virginia.
That's big for the whole state.
100%.
So I would go with the local guys. We had guys like Sandy Jeffrey. We have Dwayne Elders, Vassell.
Keith Vassell?
Keith Vassell.
Nice. Yes.
Right?
Yes. He's a guy who gets looked over a lot. He was very good,
He's a
man.
pioneer, man. He went
was
pro
very,
way
very good.
back when pro wasn't a thing.
Yes, and I seen him at the tail end of his career, and he was still doing work.
Right. So
That's 3.
you got Blair Adderley, and the guy you guys speak of that you guys never heard of, Howard.
Howard.
He was a problem.
I'm not sure of Howard.
Howard was the first guy that could have went pro, I think. That's when I first came to Canada. He's one of the first guys that I saw.
Right. Howard, do you have a last name, Howard?
Howard Wallen.
Howard. Okay.
Howard Wallen.
I know.
Cedar Bray.
Who came out of Cedar Bray that I know?
Blair.
Blair. Was it
Blair
Blair?
Adderley.
Or no,
There's
it was
Batman. You probably know
Vanier, I'm thinking.
Vanier, you're talking about Andrew Hunter.
Andrew Hunter.
Andrew Hunter was a problem.
He was a problem. Scarborough, listen, man. Shout out to Scarborough. You guys produce some of the best players, obviously, in the city, man. What do you think of the state of basketball now? Like, the new generation. What's your thoughts on the new generation?
I thought it fell off for a bit, and that's why I came out to watch this tournament. And the game has changed. Not just this generation. The game's changing. It's three and D.
Yeah.
3 and D, fast breaks. I just came from a game right now.
Right.
Older men playing.
Okay.
This one team in the first half shot 40 shots, 32 were threes.
That's insane.
I don't like it, but it's the state of the game right now.
Yes, the game
so, for you,
much.
you're one of them guys that shooting the threes from way back when, so you might like it.
But 30,
right? But
that's
32 threes in a 40-shot half.
That's crazy.
But for Top Gun to keep going, and I see some of these young guys playing. Some are playing the right way, obviously. Some are playing, But hopefully we can get it back right. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just not my type of game.
Yes,
I want to see more substance to it. It's so easy to come down, stop right here, shooting, and run back on D.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The game's so much more than that, and
Yes.
that's what I want to see.
I agree.
Right?
Okay. Listen, man, I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Dwayne Cross, guys. Listen, we are live on location, Top Gun Tournament, 25th annual, man. Dwayne Cross, my man.
Yes,
One of
yes.
Scarborough's finest. Let's get it.
Hip hop hoops, baby.
We are back live on location at the Top Gun Tournament, 25th annual. We got Mr. Rohan Fisher himself with us. Thank you for joining us, brother.
And time, my good.
Listen, we got the little one here. We can't forget him. Who is this? What's your name?
Daniel Fisher.
Say that again.
Daniel Fisher.
Okay, another one.
That's the last one. Trust me.
So, 25 years in, we are all the way out in Oshawa. Like 25 years they've been doing this tournament. What is your fondest memory for yourself as a player with the Top Gun tournament?
Well, I can't say as a player because I didn't play in the Top Gun.
You didn't play in the Top Gun?
I didn't get the opportunity. None of you guys invite me. I didn't get the opportunity, man. Man, hating on me out here, guys. They're ducking smoke, but it's all good. It's all good. But, I had the pleasure of coaching in the Top Gun tournament for years and having all my sons played in the Top Gun tournament. And it's been, it's beauty to see where it's come from and where it is today. And when you guys hold strong, a lot of tournaments come through and they kind of fizzle off. But this one is old and strong and gets better and better and better every year. Yeah, man. So big up to the guys for Top Gun and for keeping it live and keeping it what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we've been going around and we've been doing top 5 players in different areas. We went to Scarborough. We were trying to get to Durham. Can you give us a top 5 players from Durham?
Oh, man's gonna do this to me, man. He's gonna put me on
right
the spot.
Top
put me right
5
on the spot.
players from Durham. We got the Joseph brothers.
But you got the Joseph brothers for sure.
So that's 2. So we got your son.
Elijah Makestree. I got to shout out my nephew. I know that they don't give him too much credit, but Trayvon Thomas.
Ooh, Trayvon.
You got to put Trayvon Thomas on that list because Trayvon Thomas.
Yes.
Is as good as they get. He's tough.
That's 4. That's 4 right there.
And now one more. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna hate him. Kind of say I'm just putting on my boys out there. I'm gonna put my boy Jordan Fisher out there, man. I'm telling you, if you don't know, you better know. Watch, he's coming.
So that's 5 top 5 players from Durham. You heard it himself, from the man himself, Rohan Fisher. Let's get it. So one more question before you go. Speaking of your son, Elijah, he's over there at Pacific. What can the city or the country of Canada expect to see this year from your son?
Well, adversity builds character, and I'm very happy for the journey, not just for him, but for myself and my family.
Yeah.
And what he's gone through. He's been through a lot. He's battle-tested. 2 different situations where coaches got fired, and he had to figure himself out and realize that it ain't sweet on top there, man. You got to go, you got to perform every single day, and you got to put your best foot forward. You got to hustle, you got to go hard. The first 2 years is learning how to grind, learning how to really work hard, and knowing that your talent alone just can't get you through, that you got to really hustle and out-hustle the other guys. So for this year coming up, with him having 2 years under his belt going into his 3rd year, he's as hungry as can be. And Dave Smart's over there in Pacific.
Let's get it.
Dave Smart knew what he was doing. He got some hungry cats over there that's been battle tested, and they're perched for something, man. They're coming for something. And this year, he has Elijah leading that squad. And from talking to Elijah and seeing his mental state and where he's at right now, you better watch out. That kid's coming. If you forgot about him, you better remember he's about to wake you up. I'm telling you that right now. You hear it from me. Top shots are back. Big time on full effect.
Yo, Rohan, we appreciate you. I was going to ask you for what advice, but you already gave it to us with that. So it's all love, man. Rohan, we appreciate you, man. Love always, man. We can't wait to go see that boy, man. Top Shots has back, man.
And big up Top Gun for life.
Yes, sir. We got the CEO, the man himself. Mr. Sean Grant is in the building. I'm going to ask you a few questions. How long have you been doing this tournament for?
25 years.
25 years. Yes. So in 25 years, how do you stay consistent? Like what keeps you going to like 25 years? That's a long time to do anything.
Definitely. Especially in the community.
So what made you? What drives you to continue to keep going every single summer?
Basketball, the love for it. Youth, I still work in the community. I'm from South Regent Park. Grew up there, seeing the situation down there. Sports changed my life.
Right.
So I'm still burning in my stomach to keep doing it. I see young people like you doing other things after basketball also, not just basketball.
Okay.
It's for everyone. The whole community.
So you said that you're from downtown. We did a top 5 downtown list.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on those lists? Because I know you helped us do that list.
Yes. Great.
You helped us.
Great list. Colin Charles.
Calvin Meikle. You know, who else do we put? We put in Jamal. Tony Sims.
Tony Sims.
Yes.
Top player, elite players. Those are elite players, though.
Can you name some guys that that are really top tier guys that we might left off the list? Can you name some guys? I know Donnie Williams.
Joe Alexander.
Yeah, yes.
Top level guy.
Right.
Tony Sims, top level guy from downtown. I think I got from Montreal too, but I don't know. He's not downtown, but he played down there. Tobo. Trevor Williams.
Yes.
I do the top legend guys.
Right.
It didn't really matter where you're from.
Right.
Back then it was smaller, right? Like today everywhere. But back then the elite players would come together in a tournament. Montreal, Scotia, Toronto, and then we play against each other.
Right.
You know, I had one guy named Uno, man, who was deadly.
You keep saying that name, and I'm so curious. I wish I could see film of him.
Yeah. Nice player.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you first started this tournament, what was your vision when you first started Top Gun tournament? Because I remember me, my partner Woods, we both played in as kids. Now we're here today doing other stuff as far as media. Like, what did you envision when you first started doing this tournament? Was it this? Did you see all this?
No, definitely not. No, this men's, it was a start of one division also,
yes.
12 teams. The best teams, elite teams all around Toronto.
Yeah.
Out of Toronto too. It was great competing. You know, the best players come out of everywhere. And some people you never know. You don't know their names and they represent themselves. The tournament actually opened opportunities for guys like you.
Right.
And other guys, played back then. It was an opportunity just to showcase. Because we didn't have AAU and the big spotlight.
It wasn't around at the time.
No. Word of mouth, neighborhood you come from.
Right.
Who are you? Where do you live?
Bring your
Where
best, right?
Yeah. And this is why Montreal, Scotia, and other provinces, especially Montreal and Scotia, had some of the best players in Canada.
Got you.
That people don't used to talk about.
So this is year 25 for you, Top Gun tournament. Can you remember year 1 and what that was like and where it was? Can you remember?
My recollection, it was at Kiel and, Western Road and Shepherd, the first school.
How many teams?
12.
How many teams now?
110.
Do you see this? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to ask you one more question before you go, because I know you got to go. Because now the tournament is now at different locations.
Yes.
So you started from 12 teams, 12 teams in one venue.
Yes,
now we have 108 teams?
10.
110 teams, and how many venues?
8.
8. That's just crazy. Last question before you go. I want to know, as far as Top Gun, what does that mean to you? The name Top Gun, because I see here it says family.
Yes. Well,
what does Top Gun mean to you?
Top Gun we had to change. In the community, we couldn't say gun, so you can't say that.
Yes.
So we decided to say TG for life.
TG for life.
It means the same thing to us. But Top Gun originally means the elite. Because we were an elite team also.
Right.
Because we ruled. We went to Scotia tournaments, basketball tournaments, Montreal, all over the province, and win. We have the most winningest record, history in Canada that you don't know about. And we had to have 7 tournaments per year in Toronto.
That's just nuts.
Like we won 6 in that year. But always, we all know the top players. Everyone will know the top players.
Yes.
Coming to a Top Gun tournament.
Yeah.
Montreal tournament, Scotia tournament, and West End tournament, and Jane and Finch tournament.
Yes.
You see the best players there.
You know what's crazy? When me and Woods were talking, we want to talk about our favorite moments that we could remember from the Top Gun tournament. And my team battled your team many, many times, but we could never beat you guys. And my favorite moment was when we finally beat you guys when you had the tournament at Centennial. I'll never forget that. At Centennial, we finally beat you guys. But in the game, I'll never forget your boy Dwayne Cross. I call him Scottie Pippen. Came up and under. Pump ball, boom. I don't know who was on. but he dunked on somebody and won in that game. We still won. You guys are deep. You guys are deep.
Well, that tournament there with the guys who won, many guys came from out of town to challenge us and never won for 10 years.
Bro,
one person won, and they told me they're not coming back next year. I said, why? He said, all I want to do is win one, just one. And from that tournament, a lot of people prosper in the basketball world, not just basketball.
Right.
So to prosper from that, getting older now, now you move on to other things in basketball. So basketball, you can play basketball. It takes you. You can go further with it once you believe what you're doing and love the sport. You can do other things besides basketball, like what you're doing right today.
Absolutely.
And the only reason I'll tell you right now, for the last 25 years, for me to run anything, doesn't matter basketball or not, any sport, any club. It could be a club, it could be a CEO of a company. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If you don't have people around you and they don't treat each other like this word, then you got to have a hard time, brother. Succeeding.
You got a hard time.
Yeah.
One more before you go. What makes the Top Gun tournament different from other tournaments out here? Because every single weekend there's something happening, but everybody knows this date.
Yes.
Don't book your tournament on this date. Everybody knows this date.
Yes.
What makes your tournament different from all the tournaments that are going on today?
It's maybe a broken record, but it's all love. And love goes with
family. I got you, brother. Yo, Sean Grant, Top Gun tournament. We are live on location. We're here right now. Let's go.
Thank you.
What up? We are live here at the 25th annual Top Gun tournament. I have another legendary Top Gun alumni / pillar of the basketball community.
Hall of Famer,
you know what I mean? Educator, you know what I mean? We got the legendary Linky. What's poppin', brother?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. So 25 years. This is, like I said, straight pillared. This is the pillared vibe.
Has it been that long? You aged me.
Oh, my bad. You're looking great. We age gracefully, boss. We age gracefully. My question to you is, what's your memorable moment? I know you probably have a lot of, but is there any memorable moment that sticks out to you about this tournament?
Oh, man, just playing all these years of
Yes.
it, man. And I miss it now that I've aged. But I just playing, like, lots of games, lots of good moments, championships.
Oh, plenty of championships.
Oh, man. Like, they sit back and say there's one moment is almost impossible, man.
Well, was there any matchups that you remember?
Everybody.
Everybody had to
out
get
there.
it. Everybody had to get it.
Everybody.
I don't even, if you guys ever gave out rings, how many rings do you think the Top Gun squad would have had in the last 25 years? Because you guys won a lot of these tournaments.
Yeah, I don't have enough fingers and thumbs. I have to move to my toes.
have to move to the toes.
A nice toe ring or something. I don't know.
So question. You resided more in the downtown area in regards to basketball?
No, I'm in the West End.
So where in the West?
Rexdale. That's where I really got all my grassroots from.
So fair enough. We came out of Rexdale top 5 a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
All time. My question to you, what is your top 5 Rexdale basketball players of all time?
Lord,
Sorry for putting you on the spot, but I'm asking everybody.
Now you asked me that question.
Yes, sir.
Top 5. George Frimpong.
George Frimpong.
Who else out of Rexdale? Patrick Jefferson for sure.
Patrick Jefferson, shout him out.
Yeah. Boney.
Boney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick Boney.
Boney.
Who else would be out there? Oh my goodness, man. So many of them out there.
There's a lot. Rexdale's big.
Yeah.
But they got legendary hoopers.
Yes. Who out there in Rexdale again in the top? I have to give it to my boy Andrew Taylor. Patrick McCoy's from Rexdale, even though he moved downtown to sit back with his high school there, but he's originally Rexdale.
And
a lot of mans don't know that.
Okay, a little history lesson right there.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your 5. Is there any honorable mention guys you want to shout out?
Oh my goodness, Steve McGregor for sure from Naki.
Yes.
Who again for West Humber? Greg Shirley.
Yes.
Those guys.
Okay. So as an educator, you know, you're doing your thing at Richview still.
Martin Grove.
Richview
down the road.
Richview right down the road, close to Islington. But Martin Grove, How has that been? And do you see yourself moving on from coaching and doing coaching at a higher level, or you're going to stick to developing the foundation for the young kids in the high school level?
Yeah, well, right now, high school's got my pension, so I'm going to sit down there.
Shout out TDSB. You already know how that goes.
But after high school, I may go into prep school when I start to slow down. Let's concentrate on one thing rather than several things.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining.
Yeah, no problem.
Like I said, you and the whole Top Gun family are a pillar in our basketball community.
For sure.
And just continue to dominate, man. And it's all about family here. So,
dominating is one thing, but it's about the kids now. Let's get these kids playing ball,
let's get them
staying
playing
out
ball.
of trouble.
That's it.
And reaching their dreams.
You heard it first. From the OG, Triple OG, Lenky in the building. Top Gun, 25 years. Let's go. All right, we're back, man. This is the 25th annual Top Gun tournament. I got the legendary Vidal Masai with us right now in the flesh. Welcome, my brother.
What's good, Woods?
I'm out here, man.
My Finch brother.
My Finch brother.
You heard
it first. You heard it first, Iggy. It's a Finch thing all day, every day. He went downtown, created a monster down there. You know what I mean? Before we even touch that, we're at the 25th annual Top Gun tournament. What's your most memorable moment of this tournament right here?
This is family, to be honest, man. So there's not one moment that sticks out.
Yes, sir.
I grew up in this tournament. My kids are playing their very first games.
Nice.
In this tournament. So
Generations.
This is real community. This is full circle, man.
Yes.
It's family.
One of my memorable moments, I said it earlier, we were at Centennial, and we were actually playing against your team. You had Jermaine Anderson, you had Marvell, you had a few other guys, and it was me, Sharon Edwards, O'Neal Gordon, right?
Yep.
And we beat you guys. And
I don't remember that.
But I did. You know what I mean? We beat you guys, and one thing you said to me was, I controlled the game. And when you told me I controlled the game from start to finish, that stuck with me, coming from an OG, somebody that I look up to. You know what I mean? Junior Reed used to talk about you religiously, and I was around Junior Reed and them. So I was just like, hearing Vidal say that to me, that just made me feel better than Kuma, than Livity, than a bunch of OG guards that I looked up to. So I salute you for that. You know what I mean? But do you have any other memorable moments that kind of stick out?
It's just this, to be honest with you. Just reconnecting with family. This is real community. Like, as basketball's changed in our city and it's evolved into more business, this is straight community. It's family, friends. It's everyone that's coming together to celebrate the game. Man.
2 questions. You are a guru of this basketball movement, from the development piece to the business piece to everything in between. How do you adapt? The game's evolving so much, especially in Canada basketball, Toronto basketball. Someone that has you're a pillar in it. How do you adapt?
I think that's part of being an athlete. You got to be adaptable, whether it's to a new team, to a new coach, a new system.
Yes.
I think part of your journey and part of what you take from the sport are those transferable skills. So I try to evolve, man. I try to be like water. I don't stick to my guns in terms of how the game's evolving. The game's changed.
Regardless.
It's a global game. You got to have skills. You got to have, there's no real position. You got to have an high IQ. You got to know how to play the game.
Right.
Regardless of size or, position, you just got to be able to play. So just evolving with the times and just not being stuck, not being static.
Nice. Last question. We came out with our top 5 coming out of the downtown area. Obviously, you were on my list.
Yo, hey, get in there for this one, huh?
Obviously, you were on my list.
This man did not put me on his list, bro. I've known this dude since since the Sandbox, and I heard his list, and I'm like, yo.
Can you believe that?
And then,
disrespect.
To make it worse, without calling any names, I've really mopped the floor with some of the dudes he's named on other lists.
Can you talk to him?
On other lists, there's certain guys.
Can you talk to him, please? So if I had to ask you your top 5, what would your top 5 of all time downtown greats?
Honestly, it hit me. What I tell you, I'm not the historian dude, man. I'm the young dude kind of growing up amongst these guys and them showing me kind of what's what.
Right.
And learning really through them. So I didn't really know a whole lot.
He was just focused.
Ig knew way more than me. All these guys knew this whole space.
He's on his phone acting like he don't hear right now. That's the funny thing right now.
I was learning everything through these guys and tripped over success, man. So to be honest with you, I think, was Tony Sims on his list? Tony Sims has to be on that list.
Tony
Sims,
Sims,
in terms of downtown guys.
Yeah.
I don't know where they put Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt, if he's representing downtown.
I missed out on Mark Hunt.
Was a, dominant player.
Okay.
NBA type player.
Let's go.
I'm not going to throw myself in there,
Okay.
but I think from what I know, before and after, I had a pretty good run.
Yeah, well, come on now. A pretty good run. Legendary.
I'm trying to think, like, I know there's some OGs that I don't want to disrespect, but like Simeon is an OG. Simeon Mars.
Yes.
If he's included in that downtown region, he's one of my GOATs.
That's 3.
Trying to think who else, man. Like David Joseph and these guys. I don't know where you guys got them, but like these guys are real
David Joe.
Guys.
Give me one more.
Then you've seen the offspring take it to another level.
Right.
So to me, that pedigree speaks to their level.
Foundation.
I don't discredit that.
Right.
Nah, like the reason DeVoe and Corey killed it, the foundation is within their father.
Facts.
Right. So although I didn't see these guys play, the legend precedes them.
So who would be your 5th?
That's a tough one, man. The 5th one. So I'm really going off the top of the head right now.
Yeah, drop the top. My apologies. Control out delete.
I got 4 here. But I thought you said somebody else, man. Disrespectful, man. Don't even. No, we're downtown.
We're doing downtown.
I'm saying it's different. I'm not saying he's not. I missed it, right?
Yeah.
Part of what you guys are doing, honestly, that I really respect you guys for is you guys are telling the story.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's part of what's missing here. It's like, I don't know some of these guys.
Right.
And that's my fault.
Straight up.
The community's fault.
I'm still learning every day.
We don't know these stories and they're not being shared. But
right.
Really? Yeah, but that's not all the criteria though, because a lot of the OGs paved the way for guys having that opportunity, right? Like, come on, back in the day, like 1 or 2 guys got a scholarship that was huge.
That was huge.
Nowadays,
including yourself, St. Bonaventure. I'm coming from Finch, and I'm like, yo, St. Bonnie's. I want to go St. Bonnie's.
The kids now have a direct path to the NBA. So to say that the NBA is the criteria, that's kind of tough because the ladder's kind of been built.
But shout out Christian Kabongo.
Shout out to anyone who did it, though.
You are nice with it. Real talk.
I'm not taking anything away, but it's just tough. But I know obviously Oakwood has a great tradition.
Yes.
Jarvis, Eastern.
Talking to Paul Jones. I got a chance to talk to Paul Jones, the legendary Paul Jones. And he was like, yo, Oakwood, Eastern, that rivalry, like you guys were like the pillars. Those schools are like the pillars of downtown hoops.
Yo, where you got Skinny, Iggy? Skinny
was on my list.
Downtown?
Of course.
Skinny's my guy.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
So that'll be
That's
your 5th.
That's not 5th guy.
That'll be your 5th. Okay. And shout out Tristan Blackwood. I put you on my list. You know, Black has got to stick together. I'm sorry.
All the Eastern guys, I got mad love for.
You already know.
Those would be my top 5 off the top of the head.
All right. Well, like I said, man, once again, we are live here at the 25th annual Top Gun Tournament with the legendary Mr. Vidal Messiah. Yo, I want to thank you. You know what I mean? For what you've given to the game. I'm taking notes. I'm learning. I'm a coach myself. I got a bunch of youngins, class of 2030, and I'm just picking everybody's brain. You know what I mean? And what you've done with Northern Kings and the leaguers that you've helped produce. Brother, salute to you, man.
Absolutely, man.
Come on, man.
Absolutely.
Most of all, the family that's been on that journey as well.
You guys did a great job.
Real talk.
Keep doing it, man. All the best, guys.
All right. We are live here at the Six Park East at the 25th annual Top Gun Tournament. I got one of the founders of the Top Gun family, TG for life, one of the original OGs from this basketball community from the jungle ends, Wilton. What's poppin', baby?
Thank you.
I'm glad
you guys are here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us, man. It's definitely a vibe. One of my questions is, when you think about Top Gun and where you guys started from to where you are right now, how y'all feeling, man?
No, I'm feeling blessed, man. We started off as young guns.
Yes.
Watching Donnie Williams, Courtney Williams, and Durbin and those type of guys.
Yeah.
And as they got older, Sean Ducky and I kind of took the lead and started the Top Gun tournament. And now we're in our 25th year.
25.
I'm just blessed, man, to be around that long.
So you guys are definitely a pillared in the Toronto community. You know what I mean? Yeah. to me, in order to get your bones, me growing up, to get your bones, to get a name in the city as a hooper, you have to play in the Top Gun tournament. So what are some of your memorable moments? Because I got a few. I got one that really stands out for me, but what are your memorable moments of the Top Gun tournament?
Well, going from a young gun, which is a younger team, playing with Mark Hunt and Kirk Salesman, and then going on to Dwayne Cross, Gary Durant. These are legends, you know.
Don't forget to sprinkle Jamal McGlory and Colin Charles. You guys used to cheat code.
Skinny's actually here at the Top Gun tournament with his young team.
Shout out Skinny,
Toronto
baby.
Gauchos. Big up Toronto Gauchos, man.
Yes.
And then to be around so long and in the community and keep doing it, you know, it's a blessing, man.
Yes.
It's a real blessing. I'm just glad to be around. I thank God all the time and, you know, say God is good.
Yeah.
And then just love the basketball community, man.
I mean, and I'm super grateful to even know you, because I watched you coming up. Your jumper was automatic. You know what I mean? As a smaller guard, I used to see you just dominate in your role. So that's how I try to play as well. Like I used to steal a little bit from everybody, from every area. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever beat us?
No, I never got a chance to beat Top Gun as a member of the Jaden Finch squad. Came close, but like I said, you guys always had a cheat code, man. If it wasn't Jamal McGlory, you had Colin Charles that just ate my back out. Control Alt Delete. But anyhow, one of my memorable moments coming from your tournament when you had it at Centennial College, I got a chance to play against Vidal's team, who had Marvell, who had Jermaine Anderson, The Rock. You know what I mean?
Tough squad.
Oh, and we beat them. I had Sharon Edwards, I had Ely, I had Jeffrey Ferguson, I had some guys to work with, and I was growing as a point guard.
Right.
And after I won that game, you know, Vidal came to me and said, "Yo, Blackwood, you won that game. You controlled it from tip to the end. Control Alt Delete." And I'll never forget that.
Okay, nice.
So we came out being a jungle original.
Yes.
I came out, the squad, Hip Hop Hoops movement, we came out with our top 5 from jungle.
Right.
And I selected White Wayne, Phil Dixon, JB, Junior Brown, Ahmed Ali, Mr. 103.
Right.
And Big Shane Morrison. The comments roasted me because I didn't put you on the list. And I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But I try to mix it with the younger generation, with the older generation. But even some of the guys from the younger generation, like Blackwood, Wilton, need to be on that list.
No, but it's opinionated. It's our opinion. If that's your opinion, I'm good, man. That list you gave me is tough, man. That was a tough list.
So if I had to ask you what would your list would be, what would your top 5 from jungle? And jungle's just a small little area that just produced so much great hoopers.
Are you going to do that to me?
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to put you on the spot. We're live here at Top Gun, man. 25 years, baby.
Well, you know what? My number 1, obviously, would be Phil Dix.
Yes.
And he was actually here earlier.
Yes.
Supporting the tournament with his grandson.
Yes.
JB will be up. JB's my boy.
Yes.
I have to put him on that list. Shane Morrison. I watched that kid win us an Oscar Gold.
Yes.
As a grade 10.
Yes.
So just that performance alone.
Shout out Big Shane.
Big Shane.
Yes, sir.
Shout him out. I got to put him on that list.
Yes, sir.
This is where it gets tricky.
Okay.
This is where it gets tricky, man.
We're at 3 right now.
In the later years,
yes,
I'm going to put probably my point guard who played for me at Vaughan Road and still doing his thing, Alex Johnson.
Alex Johnson, Superman. You know what I mean? Superman.
Yeah,
definitely.
Superman. And it's tough, man.
It is tough.
My fifth.
Just do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with your boy too, Ahmed Ali.
Ahmed Ali, you already know. I told you, Mr. 103.
He's tough. He's tough.
Superman, I apologize for not putting you on the list, but the OG, Triple OG Wilton got you on that list.
Yeah.
So, Bree, please, I know wifey's upset with us. We love you. I know you're doing your thing. I know you're fighting your thing. You got us in the heart, man. We love you to death, man. You already know what it is, man. But, Wilton, any final words about the 25th annual Top Gun tournament?
You know, I'm so, like we said, we're blessed, man. You know, we're here. We have hip-hop hoops in the house.
Come on.
We have On Point. We have legends like Denham Brown.
Ooh.
I saw my legend, Philip Dixon.
Ooh, come on.
You know, this tournament is not only about basketball.
No.
It's all about the community also and bringing the past. Yeah.
You already know, man. So the crazy thing is, you guys went from 12 teams to 110.
Yeah.
The evolution of the Top Gun movement is impeccable to watch, and I'm glad that I got a chance to be a part of it. Now we pivoted to the media side, so now we get a chance to cover it and let the younger generation know that Top Gun's been a pillar in the basketball community from day one. So continue to grow. Love you. Thank you. Come on, baby. We here, baby. We here, baby. We here. We got Wilton in the building, baby.
We are live on location at the Top Gun Tournament, 25th annual basketball tournament. We got Mr. Colin Charles himself. Colin Skinny Charles himself is in the building. Colin,
Yes, sir.
appreciate
Yes,
you
sir.
for sitting down with us. Well, not sitting down, but talking with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's an honor to be
I want to
here.
ask you, because you played with Top Gun for many years, man. We're talking 25 years in.
Yes, yes,
What is your thoughts of that, man? 25
Well,
years
I was just talking to my son who's playing in the tournament. I kind of got emotional because it's like I used to play in this tournament. You know what
Absolutely,
I used to represent, and I know how this tournament means to the community. So I'm just proud of the organizers for having so much longevity to see something like this. You know, when you see things close down, like Eastern Commerce closed down, you know, high school is not the same, but some things are the same.
Yes.
And this is one thing that I like to look forward to every summer. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
What would you say would be your most memorable moment at the Top Gun tournament? You as itself as a player.
Wow.
I know it's a lot, man.
You know what? Just playing with the guys, playing with Sean Green, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Sean
Biggs,
Green, yes.
Playing
Biggs.
with Gary Durant, Kirk Salesman. Just playing with the guys. Just, you know, back before we had kids, we used to just parking lot pimp and just hang out outside, you know what I mean? Just the camaraderie and just to hang out with good people, you know. That's
Yes.
what I remember the most, and that sticks with me to this day. So just the people you see. Grafton, I just saw Grafton Hope. It was his birthday the other day, so it's good to see people every year.
Got you. So, we done. You're downtown. We always do our list, and we like to do our list of different areas that we've seen produce some great basketball players. We did a top 5 downtown list.
Yes.
And me and my partner Woods, you made both of our lists. We just couldn't do a list without you being on the list.
Enough respect.
It just doesn't work for us. We want to know if your top 5 downtown players, because we might have missed, and we probably have missed some guys. There's a bunch of phenomenal players from downtown. Christian Kabonga is one of them. And there's a plethora of different guys. Who would you consider your top 5 players from downtown?
From downtown,
yes.
Sure. Let me see. I'd have to put Greg Francis, rest in peace again.
Rest in peace, Greg Francis, yes.
I mean, you talk about a phenomenal shooter.
Oh my gosh. I remember him in the tournament at Fairfield, what he did to North Carolina.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think he had like 30 or
yes.
something like that. Against Vince Carter too.
Yes.
So I put Greg Francis in there. You know, I throw like a Vidal Messiah in there.
Yeah.
I throw myself in there. Then I go back into the old school. Like I really like Charles Rochlin. He's the original Air Canada. This is a guy in '83 went to UCLA from Eastern Commerce. So
wow.
That's phenomenal. And then the legendary who started it all downtown, Simeon Mars.
Simeon Mars.
Yeah, that's my top 5. Yeah.
We also did a top 5 coaches, and Simeon Mars made them. He made that list.
Yes.
And one thing I liked about Simeon Mars is that he was ahead of his time, I feel.
Yes.
The things that he did, I wasn't there in practice with you guys, but I've heard so many different stories.
Yes.
And the things that he was doing back then, guys are doing now.
Yes, and you know what? It's that role model. It's that father figure. It's him being of color. It was so many things that, you know, when you talk about the top 5, he was probably the only person of color other than Rana that was in the top 5, right? So he knew what we needed in life. And
crazy.
He gave us the right skills to get to where you got to go, right? So shout outs to Simeon Mars.
Shout out Simeon Mars. And before you go, Eastern Commerce, I was about 14 or 15 years old, played you guys in Eastern Commerce in the finals. We were running meet. We lost to you guys. We scouted with T-Bone was on that team at that time.
Shout outs to T-Bone too.
Shout out T-Bone.
Really good point guard. For sure.
We prepped for you and Jamal, and you guys still had good games. There was no prepping for you guys. You guys still did your thing. But it was one individual that just destroyed us and just made the game lopsided, and that was Calvin Miko.
Yes, Calvin Miko, underrated player.
Underrated.
And that's the thing when you got Eastern Commerce, you got like myself, you got Jamal, but then you got to deal with Calvin Miko.
Yes,
then you gotta
Aaron
deal with
as
Aaron
well.
Grant,
Oh
AG.
my God.
Shout outs to AG too. So yeah, I mean, you could take me out, but it's hard to take out Jamal McGlory.
It's too
tough.
hard.
And then if you take him out for some reason, then you got to try to take out Calvin Miko.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Listen, and that was something that we did, because at Hip Hop Hoops, we love to give the guys that came before us their flowers. Guys like yourself, Jamal McGlory, T-Bone, Mike Smith, Wayne Smith, Phil Dixon, Bobby Allen. Our platform, we love to spread love to the guys that came before us. That showed us the way. And we want to educate the guys that we're teaching now.
We got to be able to pay
about
forward.
players like yourself.
Yes.
And Eastern Commerce was the standard, I feel, when I came up going to the Jarvis tournaments and seeing those teams play with you guys. I just watching the warm-ups, I was like, oh my God, this is like a freaking college team. So we did a top program, not prep, but high school program. And Eastern Commerce seems to be the overwhelming favorite.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. And you know why it's an overwhelming favorite? You got to look at like the educators we had, and that's the key. You know, not a lot of people know this, but Wayne Smith used to come to Eastern Commerce to get tutoring.
Oh wow!
From Miss Khan. Rest in peace, Miss Khan.
Yes, rest in peace.
People look at the top layer, but when you lift the layers, you have some really caring teachers who cared for us and knew how to get us to Division I. Not junior college.
Division
You know
I.
what I mean? Division I. How can we get Jamal McGlory to pass his SATs? You know what I mean? So I think Eastern Commerce, and for Simeon to be there for only 3 years, and win 2 officers back to back
is
phenomenal, right?
incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Roy Rana solidifying it by having 5 in a row. It's crazy. Here we go.
Listen, Colin, we appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
So much love and respect, brother. We appreciate you guys live on location.
Enough respect.
Top Gun, 25th annual tournament, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
So, talking about Foundation and the work that you've put in throughout the years, on the court, off the court, TPG is up there. My question to you, I got my own top 5 from Brampton. I'm at 3 right now.
Yeah.
I'm not 4. I got to do my research, right? But I got Sefton Barrett, Sharon Edwards, I got Bibby, I got you. Real talk, man. I mean, Sheridan. I used to take notes in regards to, if D1's not a thing and OCAA could go, I used to watch you. I used to watch Mike George. I used to watch some guys.
Yeah, we had
you know what I
some
mean?
guys,
I used
for
to watch.
sure.
I watched some guys. So I was like, yo, it ain't too bad to go OCAA or CIS, right? So that was my 4. I'm coming up with my 5th. All right, Elvis, what was your top 5 coming out of Brampton?
Okay, so definitely got to go with Dave Thomas. Most people know him by Golden Boy.
Okay.
Right, played at Michigan State, won a national championship there. So definitely one of the top guys. A name that most people may not know, but his name is Maurice Good. That boy was a monster. So he's definitely
Maurice
in my
Good.
top
That's
5.
2.
You know, I got to throw my bro in there, Kevin.
Kev,
You know what
okay.
I'm saying? Like,
Shout out Kev, man. I see you
Kev,
racking up those wins with TPG
yeah,
as well.
100%.
Let's go.
And you said it, like Bibby and Sharon, Sefton. Like
Yes.
that was like the Brampton Tracy McGrady. And that boy still got that juice.
He still got that juice.
Yeah. So there's some guys, but for me, those would kind of be the top 5 guys.
And shout out Patrick Tatum.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to shout out
PT.
Patrick Tatum. We see you, baby.
Yo, there's actually a long list.
The list is long, so I got to do my research a little bit more.
Yes.
But
PT
definitely.
PT was a different type of boy, man.
Yes.
Peter Simons. Man,
There's some guys.
Jerome Campbell, Preacher. So, listen, you said 5, so I'm going to stop.
We got an honorable mention. I think we're going to eventually have to go top 10, top 15, because every region, y'all set the tone, you set the foundation, and we're just paying homage to y'all. You understand? And we're paying homage to the family, the TG family. 25 years, we have the legendary Elvis in the building. Wow. He knows how to win. Take notes. I'm taking my notes. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you.
Always love, baby.
Yes, sir.
Always love.
Are we out? We're here live at the 25th annual Top Gun Tournament. Yo, I got the legendary alumni, Hip Hop Hoops alumni. You know what I mean? The Rev, Coach Roe Russell in the building. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. Pleasure to be here again.
Yes.
From a player back in the day.
Yes.
To now a coach.
Yes.
To now a, whatever they call me. I'm just doing it all back again. All these decades, we're still here. So it's great. That's still live and popping stuff.
Definitely, definitely. I asked all our guests this question. 25 years of this Top Gun tournament, what's your most memorable moment?
Top Gun, there's so many of them. That's a hard one because there's so many of them that I could think of. But I remember watching Wayne Smith playing for Top Gun back in the day. And I forgot what gym it was, but he was putting on a show.
Yes.
Like he must have had like a quadruple double.
Yes.
In terms of passing, shooting, scoring, finishing. He was so silky smooth that's one that stands out to him. Of just him as a 6'8", he was the first 6'8" guard that we had. Before you're 6'2", you're playing the post.
Right?
But he was 6'8".
Unicorn type, bro.
Yeah, he was definitely unicorn. I miss those days, but now and then you'll see some kids reminiscent of those guys, but he was a true legend.
Definitely, definitely. I like to call you a staple, a pillar in the basketball community in regards to when it comes to scholarships, looks in the States. For years, for decades, you've been that bridge. How did it feel to see, other people now kind of, I wouldn't say, taking the role, but they're adding their little spoke to the wheel. But personally, I still feel that you're the wheel. You understand? It's almost like Boston demolishing this playoffs, and everybody's like they haven't been tested. And I'm like, guys, they've been dominating since game 1 of the regular season. They are the test. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So when it comes to providing, being a bridge of hope, of opportunity for our young Canadians to get over to the States and play Division I, Division II, D3, NAIA, coaches know to come to you.
Yes.
So how does it feel to have that elk and still have that reputation?
It feels good because I'm super pro-Canadian.
Yes.
To help Canadians that deserve it to get down to the States if that's where they want to go. But I feel like I have to give glory to God and my Lord Jesus Christ for enabling me to have that mentality, to do research, to spend so much time developing contacts and connections and relationships to where I can make a call and help someone else that maybe didn't play for me.
Right.
But I know them, or I know their parents, or they're good kids, and I like how they play, and I help them out. So, it's astronomical knowing that I've helped more than all the programs in Canada combined.
Facts.
And I don't say that as in the egotistical way, but to say that I'm still here to help. And it's good that there's some guys now that are helping some kids now and then, here and there. So more guys are getting out, because before it was just grassroots and no one else.
Yes.
But now there's a whole bunch of teams to help other kids, because you can't help everyone. But at least I'm there to still help kids in the last hour when they need some help, if they show that they can play that level. So it's a good feeling to know that, hey, I'm still here. The Rev is still here.
Yes.
And thanks to God.
Thank you. In regards to the talent that's coming up, going to Paris, the Canadian basketball team. I believe the training camp roster is set. What are your thoughts about Team Canada going to Paris, and do you think we're going to medal?
Well, I've always said 20 years ago when people asked me from the U.S., hey, man, like, you guys are coming up and you're doing your thing, but when you guys going to make some noise in the Olympics one year? Because I think the last time was 84 or something like that. And I said that the day that they're cutting NBA pros, that's the day that we have a chance of meddling. And unfortunately, it's really deep to me, because my boy Corey Joseph didn't even get an invite to the training roster. And there's other non-Canadians that are going. And so that kind of boggled my mind. But on the other side, I said to myself that unfortunately it's going to happen some way. And it's good that if you're cutting NBA guys, that means your team's pretty good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they showed it in the World Championship, so I think they have a chance. So we'll see what it is. But you know, shouts out to my guy Corey Joseph, who should be on that team.
He's a vet now.
He's a vet. He played for them when those guys had contract issues, they're injured, whatever, and he said, "I'll play."
Right.
And he was a staple for many years. So I
Shout
give
out
him,
Corey Joe.
yeah, big
Most
time.
definitely, man.
I got you, man. I got all love for you and the whole nine. But you know, well, hopefully this is the year that Canada gets a medal.
Are you familiar with the Durham region since you shouted out Corey Joe?
Yes.
Okay, so question. We've been asking everybody top 5. We did top 5 from Finch. We did top 5 from Finch. We did top 5 from Rexdale, downtown. We didn't touch Durham yet. So if I were to ask you your top 5 of all time from Durham, who would it be?
Well, right away, my top 2 out of the 5 is going to be the Joseph brothers,
yes,
right
sir.
away.
Most
right,
definitely.
Corey and DeVoe. Even though they spent some time younger in Scarborough, but everyone knows them as from Durham. So I gotta go with them too. Then I want to go with Justin Edwards, that went to K-State and now playing professionally. Played with Team Canada as well, and also Deshaun Pierre.
Yes.
That had a really good career in Dayton. And he's playing overseas now.
Yeah.
And going back old school, I probably have to say Kirk Salesman, because I watched him a lot when he was coming up before DeVoe and Corey at Pickering, and he was really talented, athletic, and quick with the ball, and really tough. And so those are the 5 guys that come. I'm sure there's other guys. I'm sorry if I missed you, but those are the first 5 guys that come to mind.
Definitely, man. Well, yo, we're live here at the 25th anniversary, the 25th annual Top Gun tournament. The legendary Coach Rowe dropping the diamonds, the gems. He's still a bridge doing what he has to do, getting people to the other side, to the promised land.
I agree.
Hey, we just got our man, Nakouma Ralph, a Finch legend.
Yes.
You know what I mean? One of the top point guards to come out of Finch.
Arguably.
Top 40. Arguably. You know what I mean? He tried to downplay.
You know, I got a question.
Here we go.
Here we go. What's this now?
Coach Rowe went to Runnymede. You're Runnymede's finest. So you're a part of that legendary 80s run when they had like 5 and 9. Who's your guards? Because we talk about the Godwins and the Kadugans and the Stevies and the Liberties and the Nkrumas.
Exactly.
And you got to talk about your, like, why is it when we talk about this era, we forget that basketball's been around for 50 years in Toronto. I believe Runnymede was the first Toronto school to send a guy Division I.
Yeah, probably.
I think Al St. was the first guy from Finch to go to one as a point guard. That's the argument. And Roy is legendary. So you being from that crop, because you were on those teams, you seen it. You were the one that inspired me to go to Oakwood, and Junior Reed, all of us. We talked about it. Roll runs. Talk about what's your 80s guard runs? Like as Junior Alexander, Eric James, your era of guards that these guys always talk about.
Yeah, I'd love to do a specific podcast on that, because one of the best guards of all time is Tyrone Smith. And people forget about him. He was so good. If he came up in this time, he'd be a high major for sure.
Definitely.
But
what's a high major, like Duke?
Whatever it is. He probably,
Michigan State for sure. Yeah, they wanted him.
Yeah. Maybe not Duke in terms of his style and what he would like to go, but high major for sure. And with social media and the AAU wasn't prevalent those days. It was just starting up and coming up. Right. That's why those guys didn't get as known as they should. But there's so much. That's another podcast to talk about all the great guards that came up in those eras in the 90s.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What about the 80s?
Well, we can get to the 80s. Fabs, we can get to the 80s.
One of the best guards ever from no matter if it's, even though he's from Janet Fish.
Talk about Magic Johnson and that's 80s guards. I just thought it was 80s guards.
Right.
Yeah, Junior Alexander. There's so much guys. There's so much guys. I had to sit down and have a full podcast on the 80s and the 90s.
I believe it.
Well, yo, there's a plethora of basketball knowledge, basketball legends in this building. Shout out Six Park. I love the way you guys went from the east to the west, from the west to the east. You guys keep doing your thing. Beautiful facility. We got the legendary Coach Rowe blessing us. Thank you. I know y'all got a game coming up. Good luck.
Appreciate it. No
Try and
problem.
get that dub.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
go, baby.
All
We out.
Shouts out to Top Gun.
Let's go.
And Hip Hop Hoops in the house, baby. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boom, 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 boom.
What the?
Yes, we are back live on location. Top Gun tournament. 25 years.
Yes.
That was it. We got to talk to the legendary Roe Russell. Sean, obviously, Ducky, Colin, Charles, Vidal, Denham Brown. Man.
Man, there was a lot, man. There's a lot of, there's a plethora of knowledge, basketball knowledge and basketball royalty in the building.
Yes.
Giving back to the youngins, it's a beautiful look.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, I love the Top Gun tournament. It's always a great feeling coming around here, seeing guys we haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
Talking hoops. This is what I mean about the culture of Toronto basketball.
Yes.
Just seeing all these guys who did it at high levels, low levels, but just did it.
Right.
And to be able to talk to them and just pick their brain and have great basketball discussions is what I mean when I'm talking about basketball culture in the city of Toronto.
Facto, man.
Yes.
And then you know what I mean? You get confirmation in this building.
Yes.
I say that to say.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Talk that.
What up, Cheese?
Cheese in the building.
All my Finch elders that was saying Blackwood is a top 60 coming out of Finch.
Y'all tripping.
Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping, man. Shout out Coach Rowe.
Yes.
Bring a little solidity. So what's the word I'm looking for?
He solidified.
Solidifying it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'll give myself top 20. Top 20 players.
And that's a stretch.
Top 5
Yes.
PGs to come out of Finch.
Yes.
You gotta love it, man. And you'll only find that truth here, live at the 25th annual Top Gun tournament, man.
Yes,
so you already know, man.
We want to shout out Sean Grant, Madman.
Definitely.
For inviting us here.
Yes.
To be able to sit down and talk with some of the greats, man. We appreciate him. We appreciate what you've been doing. Him and his whole team, man. Ducky, Waleed, Wilton, all you guys at Top Gun. Congratulations, 25 years. You guys been doing some great things for the community. We really appreciate it. We've been guys who've been a part of this tournament.
Yeah.
And we just appreciate you guys, man. TG for life.
For life.
Let's get it.
And we out.
Let's go.